Hello friends, welcome to Vitish Academy, and today in this presentation we are going to solve an example on the graphs of linear equations. So let us draw the graphs of the equation y is equal to minus 2x and also y is equal to minus 1 by 3x. So first let us consider the first equation y is equal to minus 2x. And now in order to draw the graph of this equation we need the order pairs. So first let us draw the table and find the order pairs. So here we have 3 rows and the first 2 rows gives the values of x and y. And in the third row we are going to write the order pairs of x comma y. So first let us consider here the x value as 1. Then what would be the y value? So we get here the y value just by substituting in the equation y is equal to minus 2x. So on substituting here the x value we get minus 2 into 1. That implies we get here minus 2 as the y value. So we get here the order pairs 1 comma minus 2 for the x and y values. And now let us consider the x value as minus 1. Then we get here the y value as minus 2 into minus 1. So on multiplying here minus 2 and minus 1, we get here 2. And then we get the next order pair as minus 1 comma 2. Now let us consider the x value as minus 2. Then we get here the y value as minus 2 into minus 2. That implies 4. So here we get 4 as the value of y. Then we get here the next order pair as minus 2 comma 4. Now let us consider the other equation minus 1 by 3 into x. So now let us find the order pairs of this equation with the help of a table over here. So we have here the 3 rows. The first row gives the values for x and the second row gives the values for y. And in the third row we are going to write the order pairs for the different values of x and y. So now let us consider the x value as 3. So we get here the y value just by substituting in the equation y is equal to minus 1 by 3 into x. So on substituting we get here minus 1 by 3 into 3. So we can cancel here 3 and 3 in the numerator and denominator and we get here the value of y as minus 1. So we can write here the order pair as 3 comma minus 1. Now let us assume the x value as minus 6. Then we get here the y value as minus 1 by 3 into minus 6. So now let us simplify this. So on simplifying we get here 3 1 time is 3 and 3 2 times is 6. So on multiplying here minus 1 and minus 2 we get here 2 as the value of y. So we get here the next order pair as minus 6 comma 2. And now let us find the y value when x is equal to 6. So we get here the y value as minus 1 by 3 into 6. So on simplifying we get 3 1 time is 3 and 3 2 times is 6. So on multiplying minus 1 and 2 we get here minus 2 as the value of y. So we get here the order pair as 6 comma minus 2 for the values of x and y. And now let us represent both the equations in a graph sheet. So first let us mark the order pairs of the equation y is equal to minus 2x. So here in this graph we have considered the scale of x-axis as 2 units and the scale of y-axis as 1 unit. So here we have the first order pair as 1 comma minus 2. So we get a point over here in the fourth quadrant. And then we have the next order pair as minus 1 comma 2. So let us mark a point over here. And then we have the next order pair as minus 2 comma 4. So we get a point somewhere here on the second quadrant. So now let us join all these points. So on joining we get a line which represents the line of the equation y is equal to minus 2x. And now let us mark the points of the other equation y is equal to minus 1 by 3x. So here we have the first order pair as 3 comma minus 1. So it is a point on the fourth quadrant somewhere here. And then we have the next order pair as minus 6 comma 2. So let us mark a point over here for the order pair minus 6 comma 2. And now let us mark a point for the order pair 6 comma minus 2. So we get here a point in the fourth quadrant. And now by joining all these points we get a straight line for the curve y is equal to minus 1 by 3x. And now here we observe the following points in this graph. So firstly we observe that the curves are in the form of the equation y is equal to minus mx. And both of the equations passes through the origin, that is the center O. That is, we can say that origin lies on every line. And we also observe that these lines lie in the second and fourth quadrant. So here we also observe that for the negative values of m, the coefficient of x is negative and the graph slopes upward to the left. As the value of m decreases, the line moves towards the y-axis. So in this equation y is equal to minus mx, m is called as the slope and it is the coefficient of x. So from this equation, we can derive that m is equal to y by x, that is the slope is the ratio between y coordinate and the x coordinate. So this was a basic introduction on how to draw the graphs of the linear equations. Hope you understood the concept. Do like and subscribe to vtishacademy.com. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.